only 3 days into the new year, and a lot has already happened in the world of professional wrestling. And what a week it's going to be. Monday Night Raw was on Monday. We saw The Rock come back with possible WrestleMania implications, with Rock and Roman now being a reality. AEW is kicking off a new year tonight on Dynamite, with Adam Cole explaining why he decided to turn on MJF at World's End. Wrestle Kingdom is also this week. And TNA is hard to kill. TNA is in the rumor mill right now about a potential partnership, believe it or not, with World Wrestling Entertainment, as Triple H is now also hyping up a special announcement on Thursday live on Peacock. What is the latest about this TNA and WWE partnership, and what are fans talking about on social media? We'll get into that today on Off the Script. Also, Trinity Fatu, aka Naomi, may be on her way back to WWE, possibly within the Royal Rumble. And we got all that and so much more right here on Off the Script, including a Velveteen Dream announcement where he finally decided to apologize, and a lot of people are willing to give him a second chance. We're going to get into this TNA news, man. Let's start off here first. This is the big one as of today. An interesting change to an aspect of TNA Wrestling's presentation has fueled speculation about an upcoming WWE announcement. Now, it's wild to think that 2024 is already off to a rockin' start, and TNA is changing their brand from Impact to TNA. I was very critical of them just changing the name with all that hype around it. You need to give me more than just a name change or something different. Otherwise, it's going to resemble what you were doing in 2023, and you need to stand above what you did in 23. How are you going to change, and what is going to be different about the company this year as opposed to last year? Now, we already got this announcement on Thursday that Triple H has a special announcement. It's going to air on Peacock, and an announcement some fans now are saying will involve TNA in some aspect. Triple H will be a part of a WWE preview special airing at 8 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, during which he teased a huge announcement. Now, I thought that this could potentially be the TV rights deal for Monday Night Raw, because it's rumored that Raw will be going to Warner Brothers Discovery. Evidence that the announcement will involve Impact Wrestling, soon to be TNA, started stacking up on the rumor mill in the IWC Tuesday evening. An ad for TNA Plus, a streaming service featuring the promotion's back catalog and live pay-per-views, revealed those pay-per-views will now be called Premium Live Events. Who else calls their pay-per-views Premium Live Events? WWE. Not only is this the term Premium Live Event WWE coined for its pay-per-views after moving them to the WWE Network, but the service is set to launch on January 5th, the day after Triple H makes his big announcement. If that alone isn't enough to convince you of what's going on here, or at least something is up, we then got the rumors of Trinity Fatu, formerly WWE's Naomi, now working with Impact, will soon return to WWE. Trinity is at front and center on the TNA Plus marketing. And a lot of people are pointing out that even though the rumor is that she will be leaving Impact for WWE, that she will still be a part of Impact, and she may be part of a working agreement to work both promotions. Now, I know WWE had a possible working relationship not too long ago when they made a deal to get Mickie James into the Royal Rumble as Impact Women's Champion. Now, I don't know if that's going to be similar to what's going on here, or if Trinity's just going to get up, leave Impact, and join WWE full-time. but there is some sort of partnership, and she is up front and center on the marketing. If TNA didn't want her a part of the marketing, or if they're rebranding and didn't want her to be there, then she wouldn't be there. I think for a brand new relaunch, everything needs to be lined up and your eggs need to be in their appropriate baskets. That's a big glaring issue if she's not going to be a part of the TNA Plus announcement or the Hard to Kill announcement. Now, the preview show with Triple H will be making the debut, or the airing is going to happen on Thursday, the same time as Impact's weekly show on Thursday on Axis. Throwing Impact, hammering home that Hard to Kill will air on January 13th, and there will be a situation where worlds collide. Endeavor is the distributor for TNA Plus, and all of these things, if you take into consideration, there's something brewing that we don't really know of at this point in time, and I guess all will be revealed on Thursday night on Peacock with Triple H making his big announcement. Now, I know people are excited about this. I know people are getting hyped about this. This is a big deal. You know, where AEW has partnerships with a lot of different promotions, WWE usually doesn't play well with others, and they never allow anybody into their sandbox. Well, at least Vince McMahon didn't. Triple H has always wanted to open WWE's doors for other promotions to work with them. Now, my first instinct here is to tell you, what does WWE gain out of this? They gain nothing. Why would they want to partner with Impact when they have nothing to benefit from with this partnership? Impact, or TNA, has everything to benefit from. It will benefit them greatly. Why does WWE want to partner with Impact? Is WWE going to partner with Impact as a way to get main roster stars over on Impact Television? Scott D'Amore has already announced that the biggest free agent signing in company history will be unveiled during their Hard to Kill weekend. The only person that would really fit that bill right now that's a free agent is Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. And I don't think she's going over there. Or maybe she is. I have no fucking idea what the woman is doing. But she could realistically land there just as much as she could realistically land with AEW. She could realistically show up in the Royal Rumble, and all of us will be taken for fools with the reports that went out this week. But who else could the biggest free agent signing in company history be? Maybe it's just a partnership with WWE, and there will be a partnership with somebody who's contracted to WWE, also working Impact Wrestling. Again, I don't see how this benefits WWE in any way, shape, or form. Maybe Worlds Collide means maybe we get WWE and Impact partnering with NXT. I have no clue. That would be a little bit more realistic. NXT would absolutely gain something from using Impact, and Impact would gain something using NXT. Again, I don't really know if that is what they're going for here, as I'm just spitballing. Endeavor, I didn't even know they had a streaming or a distribution of a streaming service. The fact that WWE was bought out by Endeavor has their own streaming service, which is distributing TNA Plus, and now you're changing your shit over to premium live events. That's all you need to tell me that something's brewing there, though we don't know exactly what's going on. Only WWE has that type of mentality and marketing to go out there and change something such as that. That's all you need to know. Well, that's a WWE thing. What do they got going on? I don't need rumors about a major signing. I don't need hype packages or innuendos. You look at something like that, where it's a WWE coined phrase and WWE branding, and now Impact is applying that branding. That's all you need to know that something's going on. Again, I don't know. I wish I could tell you more. The Impact fans are very excited about this, and I'm glad that you guys finally have something to be excited about. But like I said, the most important thing is if you're switching your name over to TNA, coming out of Impact, and you're not doing anything to really give us something new and fresh, though they have a great roster, How's the show going to operate any different? Is the show going to look different? Is the show going to feel different? We're not getting the six-sided ring. WWE and Impact or TNA could be the one major change to take them from here to the next level. They need something to give us a brand new change and a different look and a different feel from what they were doing in 2023. This could be it. And like I said before, Triple H has always wanted to open the doors for other promotions to work with WWE where Vince didn't want to do it. Triple H was always open to that, and it was something I firmly believe he wanted to do as he was ascending the ranks, working Black and Gold, and eventually taking over the company on the main roster. Now he is doing it, and now we're getting news of WWE working with All Japan, and now the rumor is WWE working with Impact. If this is any indication to you where this mind is going, Triple H's mind is headed, he's got one thing in mind. AEW, he's been watching very closely what AEW's been doing. Their partnerships with New Japan and CMLL and this one and that one. Triple H is going to want to do the same thing. And if Triple H starts getting ahead and showing that WWE is willing to have relationships with other promotions, I believe firmly that Triple H has it in the back of his mind that he's going to one-up Tony Khan and AEW, and it's going to be another way for them to steal that thunder from AEW in that aspect. I do not put it past him. Triple H has a takeover in mind. It's always been the goal, and this may very well be a part of that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what this announcement is. I'll be watching it live on Thursday, depending on how impactful it is. We'll talk about it on Thursday night. I will be on social media discussing it live with you guys, so follow me there. But this is an exciting piece of information for all you TNA fans out there on Thursday, and then going into Hard to Kill, which is shaping up to be a must-see show for the company. Speaking of Trinity, Fightful Select is reporting that Trinity may be leaving the company. Longtime Knockouts champion is expected to be a free agent soon. She debuted last April 28th and quickly ascended up the card. By July, she was already the Knockouts champion for Impact, which she's held for months. It is expected that Trinity is finishing up with TNA, but Fightful hasn't heard whether or not she will be at the upcoming Hard to Kill show, or at least up until that point, she will not be with the company after that weekend. In January of 23, WWE sources told Fightful that they were confident that they could get Trinity back in the company. However, there was an unofficial hiring freeze within WWE, though Fightful aren't sure if that had anything to do with why she didn't end up back there. I don't think that was the case, as I do think she really wanted to grow her own wings and just go out there and fly and show WWE that she can be a difference maker in what the women's division does on WWE, which she wasn't allowed to do when Vince McMahon was there. In speaking with WWE sources, Fightful says not only did they think there was a good chance she could end up back with the company, many sources claimed that they downright expected it. There were also sources within Impact Wrestling who told Fightful that they expected it to happen sooner rather than later. One WWE source told Fightful on Tuesday that something huge would have to happen for her not to end up back here, but this is a crazy free agent period. I'm not surprised by this news. I'm surprised that she wasn't given a longer Impact deal. The fact that she signed with the company, debuted last April, and she's already a free agent. I don't know why they didn't go out there and sign her to a multi-year deal of sorts. And now, with probably her being the biggest name in that division, Impact TNA is already set to lose their biggest name on top of already losing Deonna Purrazzo and potentially also missing the boat on Mercedes Moné coming into the company. That's a big blow. It is a big blow. Whether you watch Impact or not, that's a big blow because a lot of people look at their women's division as the best in North America. So I don't know if she's going to end up in WWE full-time. I don't know if she's a part of the partnership potentially that is brewing here between TNA and WWE, and she will work WWE and TNA. I don't know. But if Impact is set to lose Naomi or Trinity, it is a big blow. WWE getting her back now is a huge deal because with them potentially fumbling the bag with Mercedes and not bringing her in and not wanting to pay her, on top of Charlotte being injured and her being out at least until October, November of this year, 9 months with a torn MCL, ACL, and meniscus, Trinity coming on in couldn't happen for Trinity and WWE at a better time. They saw what she's done. They didn't appreciate her. I should say the old administration didn't appreciate her. And with WWE losing a major name like Charlotte that you can't go out there and overnight replace, Trinity coming on in after the work she's done to show her or show them that she can carry the ball if they allow her to, that it's going to be a major get for WWE because what WWE needs is more top acts in the women's division, where right now it's more of the same old, especially on Monday Night Raw. You mix that in with WWE being interested in Julia and Julia wanting to come over from Stardom to land in America with WWE and her saying WWE right now is the only option. Triple H has something brewing with a new revolution potentially starting in WWE for the women's division. This would be a big get for them. And I would be very pleased to see Naomi back on WWE TV in different aspects and with a different outlook than what we saw of her during the Vince McMahon administration. I think it'll be a lot better off for her. And the reason why she left was because of what they did to her in the previous administration. I don't see Triple H wanting to do that to her. So I think that her landing there is going to be a big deal. Plus, obviously, her husband works on Friday night, and that always is a big aspect of why they end up back home as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. She could very well be a part of the deal with TNA if that is the case, or she could just end up in the Royal Rumble. And if WWE fumbled the bag with Mercedes, Bayley, right in there with that storyline goes Naomi. I think that would be a great get for them. And finally, guys, somebody that we have not heard a lot from or of is the Velveteen Dream. Soon as the new year rung in, Velveteen Dream was on social media, and he issued an apology to WWE, the WWE fans, friends, and family about his past mistakes. Patrick Clark, known as the Velveteen Dream, probably one of the biggest what-if stories ever in WWE, has owned up to his past mistakes. He was accused of having inappropriate contact with minors in 2020. He had originally put out a statement noting that he was working with authorities to resolve the situation, leading to him being used only a few times on NXT TV. His last match was against Adam Cole in December 2020. Clark had also had backstage heat with several people in NXT due to his behavior before he was released in 2021. He was then later arrested on August 26, 2022, after his previous arrest on August 20th for misdemeanor battery and trespassing charges. As of the August 26th arrest, was due to an out-of-county warrant related to the possession of drug paraphernalia. Dream was also accused of filming fellow wrestlers in the bathroom without their consent, in addition to his arrests and accusations of being reckless in matches, wellness violations, and other behavioral issues. Dream issued an apology video on Instagram where he asked Triple H, Shawn Michaels, fans, and the company to forgive him for his past issues. This is some of what he said, and I quote, "As you've probably seen or heard over the course of the last few years, I want to apologize for my behavior both professionally and personally. I always preach to those closest to me about the power of accountability and responsibility, and I take full accountability for my behavior over the last 3 years of my life. When narratives were written about me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what was written about me. It doesn't matter what was said about me. It doesn't matter what's on the internet about me. I was wrong. And because of that, I need to apologize to a few people. First, I want to apologize to the WWE organization. I want to apologize to WWE for any unwanted attention and negative press that I've brought to your brand and to your product. I want to apologize to the WWE fans and the Velveteen Dream fans, because when you hear the name Velveteen Dream, it should not have only been in this light, but should only been spoken about in a productive and positive light. Not the name Patrick Clark as another static or statistic of what happens when talent and opportunity meet immaturity. Okay, that's not what you spend your hard-earned money on. It's not what you invest your time and money in. When you look on the TV and you come to the shows, you should escape reality, not have to deal with mine. I want to apologize to the WWE and the fans. I want to apologize to Paul Levesque. Paul, you are such an understanding and patient man and leader, and getting the opportunity to work with you and learn from you, I get the sense of what makes you who you are and how you've been able to handle the responsibility of being in the public light for such a long time. I want to apologize to you, Paul. I'm sorry. Also, I want to say I'm sorry to Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, it's still beyond me that I've been given the opportunity in this lifetime to learn from you and to have your mentorship and guidance. And I apologize if you feel like you've wasted your time and your energy investing into me. You have not. I'm still a work in progress. I'm still learning. And I remember all the lessons that you've taught me. Shawn, I'm sorry. He continued, I want to apologize to my family, my mom, my dad, my brother, my sister, my nieces, and my nephews. Because you may read things, you may hear things, you may be confronted by people you don't know, and you might feel the need to explain yourselves on my behalf. I just want you to know that you do not have to do that ever. No one should have to explain anything for Patrick Clark. No one should have to trend because of Patrick Clark. No one should have to ask to answer questions. Where is Patrick now? What did Patrick do? What happened to Patrick? That's not your responsibility. And I don't want you to feel burdened with that responsibility. That's mine, okay? And I apologize to you all for any energy, negative energy that had to come your way because of me. Again, I want to apologize to the fans and those in my professional and personal life that I've affected about my behavior or by my behavior. I'm sorry. I recognize that I was losing myself, and I apologize to anyone that I lost along the way, anyone that I've upset or offended because of my behavior. Man, I'm sorry, and I hope you all forgive me. Thank you. End quote. I put this out on social media yesterday. If you guys want to go watch the video, it is on my Twitter page. I watched it, I listened, and I watched intently his tone, his body language, and everything about Patrick Clark. I love Velveteen Dream. He was NXT. He was a huge part of what made Black and Gold. He was one of the biggest up-and-coming stars that I've seen in a very long time in that promotion. He had everything. Charisma, attitude. He was very good in the ring, and he was still maturing, and he still had a lot to learn, and he was that good when he watched him all those years ago. I don't want to sit here and for the rest of his life blast the man for the mistakes that he made, because we all make mistakes. We've all made mistakes, and we continue to make mistakes, and we will continue to make mistakes. We are not the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Social media is not the judge, the jury, and the executioner here. Does he deserve a second chance? I'm not really here to tell you that he does or if he doesn't. Is WWE going to give him a second chance? I don't know. But what I heard and from what I saw in this Instagram clip, this is a man who felt sincere, sounded honest, sounded genuine. And everybody deserves a second chance. You know, I know he's still relatively young, and it's been 2-3 years. A lot can happen in 2-3 years. A person can change his colors somewhat in 2 and 3 years. Is he a changed man forever? I don't know. People tend to mess up time and time and time again, and they fall back on their bad habits. We've done it. I've been there. You've been there. Everybody learns at their own pace. Everybody grieves at their own pace. You can't put a time limit or a time cap on when people go through those things. They all go through it their own way. But from what I saw, if WWE wanted to give him a second chance, which, by the way, I mean, he was acquitted of all the charges. They found him not guilty on everything. It's social media that's going to hold him and his feet to the fire every single time you hear Velveteen Dream, every time you hear the name Patrick Clark. If WWE is willing to give him a second chance, then I think we, the fans, should be willing to give him a second chance. Everybody deserves a second chance. I guarantee you listening to me have done something fucked up where you issued an apology to someone, no matter who it is, and they gave you a second chance. Is there trust to be gained again and worked towards? Sure. Everybody has to go through that. But I think if he wants a second chance, I think WWE should give him a second chance. And from what we saw yesterday, I felt like it was genuine enough to a point where it could happen. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. I don't know if WWE brings him back that fans will let them have it. I don't think fans are going to allow Patrick Clark to have his moment. I feel like with something that he was kind of mixed in with, I think a lot of people are going to look at that and never want to hear his name in pro wrestling ever again because it is too... If this was 10 years ago, he'd be back on TV by now. And genuinely, we don't really have a lot to go on here. You know, there were things that were said. There were things that were showcased on social media. We haven't seen or heard from these people since. But Patrick Clark, you know, again, I have to say, just like Enzo, he was acquitted of all the charges and found not guilty. WWE launched their own investigation into it. What else do you need? If they want to give him a second chance, I think the fans are willing to give him a second chance as well. And this sounded like a man who was genuine. Again, that's just my personal feeling and watching this video. Do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't think it's going to happen. But if it does, I'd love to see Patrick Clark, Velveteen Dream back, working his way back towards WWE stardom. We'll see what happens, man. You never say never in the world of pro wrestling. It's a new year. WWE could absolutely see Velveteen Dream back on television if they want to give him a second chance. And what I heard and what you guys heard was a genuine apology. So we'll see what happens. Thank you guys very much for all your support. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that thumbs up down below. Please consider subscribing. And make sure you guys go and check out all the other videos. 2 huge streams. Monday with Day 1 Raw and last night, episode 28 of TNT. Tuesday Night Titans with Andrew Baydala. Great discussion. Go check that out all on the homepage right now. Guys, I will be live tonight for AEW Dynamite. Adam Cole is the devil, and he explains why he turned his back on MJF. I'll see you guys later tonight for the AEW Dynamite review right here on Off the Script. I'll see you guys later.